Hi guys, Jared here, and I'm gonna do a review of another Laurel and Hardy film, which is their film, The Flying Deuces. Yes, so this film was a film they did with RKO Pictures after they left Hal Roach Studios, which is kind of interesting. I think it's because, well, I think Stan Laurel's contract was up, Oliver Hardy's wasn't, but they went and did this film outside of Hal Roach Studios with RKO. Um, but then after this film, they actually went back to Hal Roach Studios, and they did two more films at Hal Roach, which were A Chump at Oxford and Snaps at Sea. So yeah, but yeah. So I said Stan Laurel's contract was up, but Oliver Hardy's wasn't, because around the same time, Oliver Hardy did a film with Hal Roach Studios that was without Stan Laurel. It was a movie called Zenobia where he starred alongside Harry Langdon. And if you've ever seen the Stan and Ollie movie, they mentioned the Zenobia movie a lot, and in that they have it be like that was part of a falling out, which I love this movie, but I know that's not entirely accurate to how it was. I think Stan Laurel was all right with it, really, and I know later Oliver Hardy did a movie with John Wayne, but yeah, this was a non-Hal Roach film, and this is my favourite of their non-Hal Roach films for sure, and it generally seems to be the most popular of their non-Hal Roach films, and it has more of the general feel of a Laurel and Hardy film. I think it also has James Finlayson, who's of course associated with Hal Roach, and particularly he's known for co-starring along with Laurel and Hardy. But he worked with them in Hal Roach. I don't think he was in any of their other non-Hal Roach films, so I think that it's good to have him in there. So basically, like, the story of this is Laurel and Hardy are on holiday in France, and while they're there, Oliver Hardy has fallen in love with a woman named Georgette, and like he tries to ask her to marry him, but she's already married to a guy named Francois, and so then like Laurel, Oliver Hardy says he'll drown himself. Stan said, "Why don't you drown yourself?" So then he goes to, and he makes Stanley go do it with him. But then Francois comes and suggests them joining the Foreign Legion, so they do, and they don't know yet that Francois is the guy married to the woman who Ollie wanted to marry, and and you do have a funny bit earlier on when they're staying in the hotel with Stanley bumping his head, that whole bit always made me laugh a lot, and I love as well. Like, the whole reason they went there was to forget, and I love when like Stan keeps talking about her when Ollie's trying to forget. Yeah, that's funny as well. And I should say also, this movie is also kind of a reworking of one of their short films that was called Bow Hunks, which is pictured on the front of here. Bow Hunks, like Bow Jest. And it's basically the same plot. They join the Foreign Legion because Ollie wants to forget about a girl. And I say a short film, but this Bow Hunks is actually their longest short film. It's like 30 something minutes long, but it's hard for me to choose which one I prefer, this one or this one, because I think they're both very good. But I'd say I've probably watched this one a lot more times than I've watched the short version. So yeah, and I also love like when they have to go to like a prison part of the Foreign Legion, cause they had to go there because they tried to desert them, and you have James Finlayson as the prison guard, and that's great. I love how like Stanley like walks out of the prison cell and he's talking to James, and James Finlayson does the double take. That's just hilarious, and I love when they're in like prison in like the prison cell, and like the bed is like a thing with like strings or whatever, and like Stanley plays the harp on that basically, and that's very funny. And there's a whole running joke to do with like reincarnation about Ollie said he'll like to come back as a horse, and that's a nice running joke, and that is paid off in the end. And it's a nice ending because the ending is kind of sad at first until you see like kind of the payoff, which is really nice. So you do also have Charles Middleton in this, who is the guy who run. I think he's like the boss at like the Foreign Legion, and he'd been in a Laurel and Hardy film before. He was in the Fixer Uppers, their short film, and I know he was also in the Marx Brothers film Duck Soup, and I know he was also like Ming the Merciless in like the Flash Gordon serials, which is very cool. And I like his role in this very much. And I think one of the most memorable parts of this movie is when Ollie starts singing, the Shine on Harvest Moon, and Stanley starts dancing, and Ollie starts dancing as well. That's nice. I mean, I love in like films like this when they kind of stop the story to have like a song and dance. Like in The Way Out West with the Trail of the Lonesome Pine. And that they showed a clip, the Shine on Harvest Moon, but I remember they showed a clip of that in an episode of Doctor Who in the Matt Smith era. So yeah, that was very cool. So overall, I absolutely love this film. Please, I recommend checking it out if you haven't. The Blu-ray quality on it is fantastic, and it's definitely by far my favourite of their non-Hal Roach films, and it definitely seems to be the most popular of their non-Hal Roach films. And yeah, it has more of the feel of the Hal Roach Laurel and Hardy film, more so than their other non-Hal Roach films. So yeah, great film, and thanks for watching, and bye.